The following is based on the opinion and personal experience of the creator and is not officially linked, supported, or recognized by the USN, DON, or DoD. Hey guys, it's TheAndySan here, this edition of N-FAQs. In today's edition of N-FAQs, I'd like to go over a particular question that I seem to be getting a lot in the comments and in personal messages. The question is asked a bit differently, but the message is pretty much the same, and it's, what can and can't you talk about? What I did way back when I got out of boot camp was I did some research as far as what I can and can't talk about. And it led me to a particular document, which was an official release from the Department of the Navy, the DON, and it's their little guide for unofficial internet posts, which include blogs and YouTube. Ever since I found that, I've been following it as best as I can. I'll put the link of the document in the down bar for you guys to check out. To kind of boil it all down, basically my philosophy is if I can find the information from a fairly legitimate website, not some like underground blog or some little neatly tucked away corner of the internet, or through some kind of password or an access key or something like that, then I consider it to be fair game as far as being unclassified and stuff like that. And also in the document that I was talking about, they do highly discourage releasing PII, which stands for personally identifiable information, such as my name, where I live, and things like that. But they don't prohibit me from doing that, they just highly recommend that I don't do it. That's just one of the things. I try my best to limit my release of personally identifiable information, but since my name's on the uniform and all, there's only so much I can do, and I didn't want to put like black tape over it so it would look weird and stuff like that. So I just figured, I'm in the heat of the moment, let's just bust out a video, stuff like that. So it's a risk I'm willing to take. For some people it may not be, you don't have to do videos in your uniform or whatever if you don't want to. That's just a personal judgment call for me. I feel that my videos so far have been very informative, and that's not just me talking. I get a lot of messages and a lot of comments every day about, thanks Andy for giving me all this information, and I went to all these different websites but they didn't really have anything, but then I found your videos on YouTube and it's like, wow, I figured it all out. And I'm not trying to get a big ego about it, because even though I'm getting all these comments and everything, I'm still pretty low on the totem pole, even by YouTube standards. I'm just one man trying to make a difference in the world. Also, I put up a disclaimer in some of my more recent N-FAQs, basically saying that they're not officially affiliated with the Navy, that these videos are essentially based on my personal opinions and experiences, because I can only talk from my experience, me going through boot camp, me going through schooling. I have a very narrow field of vision as far as the broad scope that is the Navy or the military or the government. My range of experience is very minimal, but it seems to kind of resonate with a lot of people online. So I am encouraged to do it, but also, as I've noticed, making later videos, I kind of have to tailor my content, I guess. I can't make a video for every single question asked, because there'd be a bazillion of them, and they'd all mostly be about how can I lose weight and what do they do in boot camp and that sort of thing, which I'm more than happy to answer. I still do answer questions, but as far as which ones make it to video, that's based on a personal judgment call. Like I said, that's pretty much all I have to say. So yeah, this is TheAndySan, signing off for now. Thanking you guys for tuning in, for rating, commenting, subscribing, and submitting questions, and recommending a friend or two. Check out my videos. And be sure to send in more questions. Even though N-FAQs is technically on a hiatus, I'm still answering questions on a regular basis. Basically what I meant about the whole hiatus thing is that I'm not, making videos on a weekly basis anymore, just because the questions have kind of slowed down and my schedule's getting a bit more hectic, so I don't always have the time to sit down, edit a video, and things like that. I still answer questions because I can still do that from my phone, you know, so yeah. And as always, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.